What's good, YouTube? It's your boy RJ, and today we're going to be asking the question, why is Gen Z crashing out on social media? Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video.
Millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed generations ever. It's because we are. But there's a real reason for that.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it.
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they be lazy and they want things handed to them because they are so used to microwave culture.
I know you're probably tired of people telling you to be a business owner and run your own business and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you there's definitely benefits of working a 9-to-5, such as like insurance, like healthcare. Like you really don't know how important healthcare is until you have a health scare, or just the stability of having a consistent check coming in from a 9-to-5 can save you a lot of headache, because as a business owner you have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Now, while there are benefits to the 9-to-5, a lot of people are saying that the 9-to-5 is starting to feel like a trap. Life is feeling like a finesse, and Gen Z cannot take it anymore. Check this out.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it, especially the 2000 babies. I am seeing it, asking what's the point? What's the point? What are we working towards? Why are we working nonstop just to barely get by? I feel it. It's heavy, and I'm scrolling through the comments, and everybody's saying the same thing. You know, I'm tired. I feel this sense of doom. Nothing feels real anymore. Not just talk, right? It's not just talk. It's a collective heaviness. And I'm 27, right? I'm an older Gen Z, but still Gen Z nonetheless. And I felt this in high school, right? The idea of working a 9-to-5 and coming home and just entertaining yourself and then repeating the next day. Back then, it was already something in my spirit rejecting that. And now, more and more of us are waking up and asking, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? The American dream ain't a dream no more. The American dream is debt. It's survival. It's exhaustion. It's wild because millennials feel it. Millennials feel it. Gen Alpha, they're picking it up. And the boomers, they ain't really talk about it. They ain't really talk about it. But now everything's coming to the surface. People are thinking about leaving the country. I don't blame them. I've been having those thoughts myself. Living where life doesn't cost your soul. You know what I'm saying? Living where credit doesn't rule you. Where you don't have to work yourself into a grave just to live decently. You know, and we're up against a lot in this system, right? Let's be honest. Like AI taking jobs, people are already having trouble finding work. Job market ain't good right now. You know what I'm saying? People's benefits getting cut. People in chaos right now. I talk to people generally, heart to heart. People are going through it. You know, don't believe everything you're seeing. You know, not everyone's out here living the glamorous influencer life. You know,
hey, shout out to Young Dog. He makes some great points. I heard him talking about AI, and I think that that's a point that a lot of the older generation doesn't really understand. I'm 29. I just turned 29. I'm in the last year of the millennials, so I'm one of the younger millennials. Coming up, as we're going through school and as we're getting ready to go into college, I graduated in 14. So as we're getting ready to get into college, we never heard nothing too much about AI. Now, AI was like a distant whisper that you heard about every now and again, but we didn't understand how hard AI was going to hit 10 years later, which is today. Recently, Microsoft just laid off 9,000 people. The company Microsoft did that. And they made a public statement and said that the reason why they did that is to further their push into AI and to also implement AI within their company across the board. That's 9,000 families that now have to figure out where they're going to get their next meal from. They're worrying about how are they going to pay for their food, their rent, their bills. And so I think a lot of the Gen Z is seeing what's going on, especially now that all of this is on social media. See, before, when things like that would happen, unless you lived in the town where it was most affected, or you had family members that worked in these industries, you didn't hear nothing too much really about mass layoffs at this level. But because of social media, word gets out quick. And these Generation Z kids, they're growing up on social media, so they know how to use the internet very well. They're very competent on coming across this information, and they're seeing this. So now they're thinking to themselves, well, damn, if I go to school, put myself in this debt, it might not pay off because I might end up like a Microsoft employee. I might end up not being able to find a job. So I think Gen Z is really questioning, what are we doing? Are we following a pipeline that's going to take care of us? Is the dream that's been sold to us really something that is real, or is it ideal?
You might be doing well if you rich and you live in that life, okay. But for the majority of us, it's not like that. You know, on top of the political chaos,
for sure,
war,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Pandemics and all that. It's a lot. See, I was in the middle of Costco the other day, and I got stopped by a lady. She looked like she was an older millennial, and she was asking me about the rice in my cart. And next thing you know, she's like, I don't even really know what to eat anymore. You know, because it seems like everything here is just, we're being poisoned here in America. The artificial dyes and the preservatives, and we're in the middle of Costco talking about it. We confused about what to buy. We don't know what to get, because it seems like everything's just slowly killing us, getting us sick, and having to go get medical bills that are expensive on top of everything else. We are grieving systems that we never asked for, and then we're just expected to keep going like everything's just fine. I mean, even relationships ain't the same no more.
Okay.
Like, relationships, bro. The internet done shifted everything. It's like nobody's really healing. Everyone's just surviving. I'm 27, and it's hard to even imagine what my 30s are gonna look like. But I do know this. I'm not a pessimistic person, right? I'm a very positive soul. If you know me and you speak to me, you know I like speaking life into people. But when I take an objective look at just what we're dealing with in these systems filled with fear, it is chaos. It is a lot, right? When you really get into it. We're not crazy. We're not crazy. We're just awake.
Wow, a lot of relatable things that guy just said. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people watching this video that probably feels similar to how he feels. And I was reading the comments, and it really had me thinking. Like this comment right here. It says, the new American dream is to leave this place. In other words, to leave America. Or even this comment, food makes us sick, the medicine makes us sicker, internet made everybody accessible and make it easier to cheat, make it easier and easier to cheat. Nobody has morals, loyalty, nothing no more. It's a dog eat dog world. Just to go back to the comment that says the new American dream is to leave this place. As a family man, I do think about this a lot. I have conversations with people that I know, like, how would y'all feel about leaving the country? Like, and I say that because I see the way the country is going, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna sit around and watch it burn, or am I gonna sit around and watch things get worse, or am I gonna find an exit? Am I gonna find, like, you know, just backup plans outside of here, especially as a man with kids, young kids?
For sure.
Because as a businessman, I understand America from a business point of view, from a business aspect. I also understand from a consumer aspect. America is not built off of comfort for the people. It is built off of business. It's not built off of comfort for the people. It's built off of cheap labor and taking the money back. If you don't believe me, look at all of the things that we are taxed for in America.
Taxes are high.
We are getting taxed with income tax. We're getting taxed with sales tax. We're getting taxed with property tax. We're getting taxed with motor vehicle tax. We're getting taxed with...
I'm sure there's an air tax.
Bro, there's a tax for everything you could... every aspect of life. Even the money, even after you've got taxed, your taxed money is being taxed in so many different areas, right?
And he's making great points. I want to rewind a little bit and go back to with the brother Ty Boogie. Shout out to him. When he was talking about the exit plan as far as the direction the country is heading in. Now, I think we should all have an exit plan. Are we all capable, if the shit hit the fan right now, are we all able to pack up everything and leave and it make financial sense? Most of us, more than likely, is not able to do that. So now that you know what's going on, now that we see what's going on, it's on us as individuals to start trying to position ourselves. Right now, a lot of people don't know, but the life hack, as far as making American salaries, right, which is usually the higher echelon of salaries when you look at a global perspective, even though the cost of living is going up here tremendously, if you look at the amount of money that we still make a lot of money compared to the rest of the globe. So this is the life hack. The life hack is to make an American salary whilst living overseas, living in a place where our dollar stretches a lot further. That's the hack, because a lot of these countries are still economically in a place that America was in back in like the early 1900s. So the dollar stretched a lot further back then. The dollar stretches a lot further over in those places. So moving forward, we have to start thinking about how are we going to position ourselves to make an American salary while living in a place like, you know, Taiwan or just any of these other beautiful countries that's out here. There's ways that we could benefit from this, but because of the economic status in America and how it does kind of grip you, it is hard to break away. But you can position yourself to break away. You just have to peep game. Because if you peep, and if you go look at my old videos, you know I've dealt in entrepreneurship. I had a trucking company at one point. And one of the things that I learned when I had that trucking company was you get paid before taxes when you own your own business or you're a contractor. You don't get that benefit when you're an employee. So try to position yourself. Try to position yourself, even if it's not something that you love. Deal with it. It's going to be a little miserable. It's going to suck a little bit. But go ahead and deal with it to leverage it into something that you really want to do or obtaining more freedom on your own.
Apparently there's a death tax that happens, right?
You can't even die for free.
You can't even die.
Honestly, I think it's truly sad that this is where America is right now. And this is the reality that most of us are living in. And by the looks of politics, it looked like things are only going to get worse. Like, I believe a lot of people in America have this thought that things are going to come back down and things are going to get a lot cheaper. The way I see it is the people that's at the top that are making the money, I don't think they're going to adjust the prices because they've still been able to make money. It's not like people are now not buying groceries. It's not like people aren't still looking and searching for houses. So to them, it's like, why lower the price if the people are still going to buy the stuff? The sad reality is the people at the top are not going to pivot because something is hurting you but benefiting them. That's just how it is. And that's what people mean when they say it's a dog-eat-dog world. And it shouldn't be like that, but that is how it is. One of the easiest examples that the person at the top really does not care about us is the medicine, the pharmaceutical companies. Like, why are we being given medicine that is going to hook us onto a drug but never really cure or fix the thing that we initially came to the doctors for? But instead, you're prescribing me a medicine I got to take for the rest of my life. And if I don't take it, I'm going to become even sicker than when I first came to you. So you force me to subscribe to a drug that you're going to keep on taxing me for, but you're not going to charge me directly. You're going to charge my insurance, something I can't see. Like, if these companies really care about us, if the people that was over all of this really cared about us, why wouldn't they just heal the sick?
They don't care.
Have you ever seen how much it costs to go to the doctor? Like, I mean, have you ever had to pay out of pocket for a doctor's visit? I feel like the way America treats the sick or the dead is one of the most obvious signs that this is all a business and we're just pieces on the board being moved around. But this is one of the best realizations that you could come to as well, that nobody is coming to save you. Things may not get better. So what can you do?
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they be lazy and they want things handed to them because they are so used to microwave culture.
Now, wait a motherfucking minute. Let's not forget that y'all are the generation that Gen Z watched lay on y'all mother's, grandmother's, grandpa's couch and got fussed at for not having a job. Y'all talking like y'all have the fucking blueprint. Y'all just not getting off y'all motherfucking ass. If y'all had the blueprint, we wouldn't have to be doing half of the that we doing right now. Y'all supposed to make it easier for the next generation, but y'all spent y'all lives enjoying life. So now y'all are in y'all late 30s, early 40s, doing the same thing that we motherfucking doing. Now we picking up the crumbs to the cake y'all motherfucking
talk that
now
shit.
You might be seeing a lot of Gen Z and you viewing them as lazy, but most of the time we not fucking lazy. We are fucking tired. All this y'all said that y'all done back in the day, we can try to do that right now, and it's gonna be 10 times as fucking hard. I am out here working 24/7. I done live like 7 fucking lives. You gotta damn near kill yourself just to get by in society today. Gen Z is the reason that a lot of today happening is fucking happening because you just had a voice a long time ago and y'all still didn't use it. But oh, now Gen Z talking, oh, they disrespectful. Oh, but then when something good happened, oh, Gen Z, they know they can open up their mouth and So like what is it? Y'all motherfuckers are the ones that been stuck in y'all ways for years and years and years. Half of the millennials are still living the same life that they've been living since they was 17 to 25
that's
years
facts.
old. So,
That's
so
facts.
who's lazy? I'm aggravated. I love you, B. Simone, but what you said, I didn't f***ing like.
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they be lazy and they want.
I think most of us in the workforce have a bone to pick with Gen Z. This app and several others, where it's Instagram, YouTube, whatever, is full of people posting videos of them just leaving in the middle of the shift without telling anyone, or just saying, well, I'm just never going to show up to work again. I don't like it. On behalf of all of your coworkers, get fucked. Listen, I get if a job isn't for you. If it's not something you enjoy, maybe you don't enjoy your boss, maybe it's a toxic workplace, or maybe it's just a job field you're finding out you don't like. That's fine. Tell somebody. Say, hey, you know what? This isn't working out.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back. Or give a 2 weeks notice. Something. But whatever you do, don't just fucking not show up. I've had a few jobs I didn't like. I've had some bosses I didn't like. At the same time, I may not have liked them, but I would still at least give notice before I left. And I understand things have changed. Not everyone's giving a 2-week notice. You don't have to give a 2-week fucking notice. You just have to give a notice.
You want to know why it seems like millennials?
Hey, it's funny that he's saying that, right? And I understand where he's coming from, because at one point I was one of them kids that not show up when I'm on the schedule to show up that day, and you'll never hear from me again. They probably still waiting on me to this day. Who knows? I think he's kind of missing the point in the sense of, for one, young kids gonna be young kids, especially when they coming straight out of high school. They don't have really too many responsibilities, so walking away from a job really ain't a big deal to them. And the jobs that they're walking away from, it really ain't sustainable no way, because they have no education and no experience. So they not thinking that deep into the whole situation. And you can also see there was dirt on the brother hands as well. So he working one of them jobs. If someone don't show up to work, that means he got to work a little bit harder physically. So it pisses him off. I get it. I work one of those jobs as well. But with that being said, the Gen Z kids, definitely put a notice in before you leave. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as you move forward in your career, you want to leave good impressions, because you can always use those companies as a reference, or somebody that worked at that company as a reference. You want to be able to leverage those relationships that you built being a decent employee moving forward to get better jobs. Right? You don't want to use a company that you walked away from, you did a no-call, no-show, and then come to find out you mess around and use them as a reference, and they tell your next employer possibly you did a no-call, no-show. You shooting yourself in the foot. So definitely, at least the least you could do is let somebody know the last day that you plan on working, it's going to be your last day. That's the bare minimum. Just a little pro tip.
Gen Z are just the most depressed generations ever. It's because we are. But there's a real reason for that. Millennials and Gen Z are honestly the first two generations to see the bullshit for what it was. And not only that, we're the first two generations to actually speak out against the bullshit. Like me, for example. I'm a millennial. I'm a younger millennial. I was born in 1991, which essentially is just 6 years before Gen Z. We were the generation that were told by our Gen X and Boomer parents that if you go to college, get a degree, you graduate, you get a good job, that's all you gotta do, right? So we said, all right, cool. We went to college. We got our degrees, and we started to graduate in the late 2000s and early 2010s, and those degrees didn't mean a damn thing. As a result, we looked at our Boomer and Gen X parents like, why the fuck did you lie to us like that? It's not their fault. They technically didn't lie to us, because the reality of when they were growing up, yes, degrees actually matter. In fact, a lot of our parents got turned down for jobs because they didn't have degrees. They just didn't know that the world would change right as they were telling us
100%,
that. Bro, we are
100%.
really the transitional guinea pig generation. Like when I was born, VHS and cassette tapes were popular. But when I graduated college, we had already started to transition into fully digital media libraries. Literally everything ended and began with my generation. Millennials grew up with so many promises that we all thought we were going to be straight if we just followed the formula. That was never the case, bro. So now, here we are in our early 30s, mid 30s, late, some of us even in our early 40s now, still on own homes, still in apartments, still kind of just winging it in life. And it's even crazier is the fact that the government still sees millennials as children, not realizing that the oldest millennial is in their fucking 40s, bro. We're depressed because we're in a stagnant state. You know what I'm saying? We have not been able to grow. Most millennials' lives honestly have not changed over the last 10 years. You might make a little more money than you did back in 2014, but your living circumstances and all that kind of shit, most likely, it ain't really changed much. Still live in an apartment. You either got the credit score for a house, but you don't got the income, or you got the income, but you don't got the credit.
Damn.
With the interest rates being so crazy, it's honestly cheaper to rent a house than it is to buy one. Not to mention that millennials and Gen Z are the generations that just been bombarded with information for our entire lives. Like, yes, awareness is good, but listen, man, too much of anything is a bad thing, and too much awareness definitely takes a toll on your mental health, man. Like everyday war, genocide, famine, gas prices, interest rates, job market. We know too much. Is overwhelming. Everything's expensive now. When I was in college, I used to go to McDonald's and get a McDouble, a McChicken, a large fry, and a sweet tea for $5.35. I put that same meal in my McDonald's app cart the other day. That motherfucker was $12. And our parents had the audacity to ask us, did we have McDonald's money back in the day? Motherfucker, you mean $4? But yeah, man, if it seems like millennials and Gen Z
hey, that's crazy, yeah.
And cynical ass what the hell? It's because we are. For a lot of valid ass reasons. None of us know what the hell going on. We just out here winging.
The direction that you choose in life, the things you choose to do, and the things you choose not to do, at this point, is life or death. Whether that's eating healthier so you can avoid the drugs that the doctors are going to try to give you, or maybe even stepping out of the American dream and really pursuing the dream that you've created for yourself. Or if you ever had an idea in the back of your mind how you can elevate yourself to the next level to possibly escape the trap or the maze that the people at the top are trying to put you in, this is the time to take that serious. Like Eric Thomas once said it perfectly. When you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Oh,
right
he knows something.
The
boy knows something.
Government. So metaphorically, we can't breathe, which is why you need to start taking action. I don't believe any man should look down the street and say, oh my gosh, there's danger down the street, and just continues to walk down that street with no strategy of how he's going to survive that danger. And to some of y'all, this is not even new stuff to you. You know the problems with the healthcare system. You know the problems with the education system. You know how bad the job market is and that they're not hiring nobody. You know that most of the foods that we eat is just pushing us closer and closer to a tombstone. Most people know these things, but instead of making some type of change or some type of strategy, pen to paper, they're gonna improve their situation, they rather complain about it. Now, I don't know you personally. I don't know your exact situation. I do know that ChatGPT is free. And while everybody is scared of AI, you'll learn how to use AI as a tool to possibly get you out of the situation that you're in.
Facts.
Ask ChatGPT right now, how do I escape this rat race? This is how much I make. This is my credit score. This is how much debt I have. Help me clean this up. I want to be at this point next year. Okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, give me a full day-to-day breakdown. Give me a month-to-month breakdown.
That's facts.
You can ask ChatGPT all of these things, but you know what people rather do? They rather sit in their comfort. After work, they go to sleep. They're too tired, or they go celebrate or something, and then they get back to work with no changes, and all these years are going to pass by, and then they look up and be like, damn, the system did me dirty. Time waits for no man. You got to
Hey, that's real shit.
Now, what you going to do with you and your family, that's up to you. Are you going to leave the country? Are you going to start doing research on how it looks out the country? You're going to start traveling more? But whatever you're going to do, you need to start curating your life, guide you down that path. Do not just let the system, the government, the foods, jobs decide what your future is going to look like. So the last thing I'm going to say is, look, man, it sucks. All right? It does. It sucks. It sucks the way things are. It does. But what are you going to do? Are you going to lay down and keep playing that game? Or will you create your own game while the rest of the world complains about it? It's a sad reality that some people have to live.
Hey, that's a great question Ty Boogie asked. Let me know what you guys think. I also got a question as well. Are you guys in Gen Z? And if you are, do you feel the pressure of going to college, trying to find a sustainable job? Are you looking at the current world, politics, and questioning the future? Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to see what is going through the minds of Gen Z right now. It's your boy RJ, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Deuces YouTube.